Hey everyone, welcome to the third part of my Skewb tutorial. In this step, I'll be showing you how to solve the last 3 or 4 centers of the Skewb. At this point, your Skewb should already have the welder's mask solved, with the Petrus block on the left, and the remaining 2 corners of the top layer in their positions and oriented on the right. As I said earlier, this step will solve the last 3 or 4 centers. In this case, I only have 3 centers left, since these 3 are solved. Then in the last step, we'll orient the last layer corners because they're already permuted, as I said in step 2. There are 6 cases for this, and they're all solved with algorithms, so I'll give them to you now. These are the 3 last 3 centers cases. Of course, they all look the same right now because the Petrus block is facing you, but I assure you they're all different. In the first case, we have a 3-cycle O centers. R needs to go to L needs to go to D, and D needs to go to R. This is called the U case. The second case is called OA. It's called OA because the 3 centers to be permuted are going in an O sort of fashion clockwise. Similarly, the inverse case is called OB, where they're going in a not-so-clockwise fashion. For the U case, the algorithm is a simple 4-move algorithm you've already learned twice with a rotation in between. F prime, R, F, R prime, Y2, F prime, R, F, R prime. For both of the O cases, we're going to perform a setup move in order to bring the 3 centers into a U formation. Then we'll perform the U algorithm and undo the setup move. In these cases, we're going to bring the D center to the B face, where this is F and R. So to do that, I'm going to do this. Now I'll reorient the cube so that R needs to go to L, as it is in the U case. Now I'll perform the U algorithm. And you can kind of see where to go from here. By doing an extra R prime, you will finish the algorithm. For OB, we do the same thing. We're going to bring the green center to the B face. In this case, we're going to tag along this U center. There you go. Now reorient the cube and do the U case. Now undo the setup move by turning this. You could do an L prime if you like, but I like turning up here because then the black gets back on the top. Here's the 3 last 4 centers cases. The first one is called H, F and B swap and R and D swap. Here's the second case called ZA, F and R swap and D and B swap. And here's the third case where F and D swap and R and B swap. For this case, which is called H, the algorithm that you're going to do is the 4-move algorithm that you learned before 3 times in succession. F prime, R, F, R prime, F prime, R, F, R prime, F prime, R, F, R prime. Done. For ZA, you're going to be doing a different 4-move algorithm 3 times in succession. This one you'll remember from the last step. R, F, R prime, F prime, R, F, R prime, F prime, R, F, R prime, F prime. And for the ZB case, you're going to be doing the mirror of that previous 4-move algorithm 3 times. So F prime, R prime, F R, F prime, R prime, F R, F prime, R prime, F R. There you go. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to next week's video entitled The Corners of the Last Layer, in which we'll solve the corners of the last layer and then finish our Skewb. Bye!